Now, tell you what, fucking penguins, I have a word to say to you, young man.
Goodbye! Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Bragg from Braggio.
Hello.
And Ben from NolanTCG.
Hello.
How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with Bragg.
Yeah, good. Had a good stream last week. Oh, it was a shorter one. I'm going to do like 4 hours. I'm going to do like the first 2 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then 2 hours into bloody the Pokemon Presents. I hit a wall again. 90 minutes is my limit, people. Maybe I should just start taking breaks. Neither here nor there. Ranking up in Master Duel with Exorcista.
With Exo?
Yeah, it's just fun. It's easy. I like them. I just know them, so I just stay safe.
Do you know one thing I've noticed in the Exo matches that I've been involved in is that none of them are running like the extra floodgates, like the Dimensional Fissure or the Necro Valleys and stuff. And they would win games, like against Sprite, against Branded. If you ran those cards, you would be having a very good time.
I'm on the three boys, the shifters.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone drop Shifter yet.
Yeah, I'm on the three shifters. It's just there is so many matches where you go against which just random stuff that those cards don't affect. If as soon as you get up into like Emerald, you probably should start playing those cards though. Like there's just D Fisher going first, D Fisher going second as well. Like it just changes the game. They have to answer it. Otherwise, not much. A lot of Pokemon TCG stuff. I feel kind of bad about that.
Nah. Well, it's time for Pokemon TCG. We got states in like a month. We got to prep for this.
Yeah, I'm keen. It's a nice break from some of those Makunko combos, some of those Libero ones. Me and Paul have been getting pretty deep. Actually, I've got to get back to you about the last one because it gets weird. And it's just like I look at Pokemon and goes,
Put thing on board, draw 7.
I'm playing Lost Box. It's not that simple, but Mew, off you go. Or Lugia, maybe some other cute stuff. Off you go. It's just if you want to break on the brain, Pokemon TCG or chess.
Chess was pretty intense. Our chess match was hardcore.
I loved it.
I hate it every second.
I'm going through an existential crisis.
You are.
Yeah. Like, I'm just not enjoying playing the game at the moment. I've kind of hit this point where I didn't really give a fuck about the format since Tearlament was like the best deck. And now actively not caring about the game has made me worse at the game, where I just don't pay attention anymore. And then I'll just get fucking shit on by board breakers and I'm just like, this is annoying me. This is not worth my time. And yeah, that's just kind of my headspace at the moment. Today didn't make it any better. Today I just got shit on with board breakers all day long. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, game 1, round 1, I draw my 5 cards and I'm like, well, I've bricked. Set 4 back row, set 1 pass. And my opponent just goes, Harpy's Feather Duster. Like,
Yeah.
cool. Draw my hand for game 2. It's 3 back row, Ash, and another set card. And I'm like, guess I'm going 3 back row and set 1. Pass.
Is there any Labyrinth at locals?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, right.
I'm not playing Labyrinth. I
No,
don't
yeah.
respect the deck, but like I want to play a trap deck at the moment, but I can't play Paleo, and I'm just like, well, it's not the way I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
You don't like fucking Eldritch either, do you?
No, Eldritch just isn't very good anymore.
No.
Like I'll probably pick up Trap Trick, and I'll probably mess around with Trap Trick.
It's just so there's just something missing.
Yeah, probably.
And I wish it wasn't because a trap deck that is trap trick based, not so much the Labyrinth kind of. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, I don't want to play a brain dead trap deck. Like, I don't want to just be sitting here like flip a floodgate pass. I want to be trading like 1-to-1 interactions or 1-to-2 interactions and trying to actually develop a board state. Like, I don't like trap decks where it's like, haha, I flipped skill drain.
So you're looking for Paleo still.
Yeah. I want a trap deck where I actually have to think about the game and actively use my brain. And that realistically is Trap Trick at the moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have to get Trap Trick. Jake feels like he wants to interrupt.
No, I just have Macca's stuck in my throat.
Ah, I'm
Who's
loving it.
Mac is? Lucky man. Trap Trick is just.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to, but it's there. There's nothing to lose, actually. To be honest.
like weirdly what I want to kind of do is just fucking play cash mirrors, but I don't want to buy cash
Yeah.
because like I feel as though the cash mirror is very zoo formatty, and I'm
Yeah.
I can't believe you'd besmirch the zoo
Well,
format.
It
well,
will
a
soon
lot of it
like
is just
that.
like one-to-one exchanges in that mirror match. Like everything is like one thing hitting another. It's very rare for you to like just lock all your opponent's zones.
Is locals still doing the zones?
No one's doing it.
Everyone is
Everyone's-
maining Nibiru, so everyone is petrified.
They
of actually
do the
going for
full
zone
summon
lock.
pass, which
Yes.
is why I was running Kaijus, but then no one was doing that. They're doing the 2-player. I'm like, oh well, this sucks.
Nah, now everyone's
now-
pivoted
yeah.
to doing that.
And that's where it's the zoo format where you're weird.
It's very
one-to-one
one-to-one trade.
yeah.
Book of Moons, so much fucking value. And it's like, I kind of want to fuck around with that, but I don't want to drop the money on Cashtira. So, here we are.
Proxy. Yeah.
No. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a deck that I'm going to play for 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, we are coming up to. I suppose it's not quite at that point yet. At least it hasn't been announced yet. But we are coming up to like states and Oshis for us.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll
So-
definitely have a list between now and states.
We will.
Will we?
I think we will.
It's so far away. It's June.
Yeah, but we're also at a point where like Cashew's the best deck, but it's also very respondable.
Yeah.
And then you've got a lot of other decks sitting just below it, like
Well, if they're due for
Branded,
Labyrinth,
Labyrinth, Trap Trick.
well, they're due for
um,
Labyrinth reprints, so they will probably want to go. Oh, if we have it at this level, we might move some more
Well,
packs.
Labyrinth reprints are in June. So,
No banlist between down worlds.
nah.
Well,
we
this
get a
is
ban list,
this is the
definitely.
luxury they have by giving this the vague ass time period of like a few months. They can drop it whenever they like. They can drop it after Worlds when it no longer matters.
They can't drop it today because the previous ban list is not in effect yet.
I genuinely thought you were going to say drop it like it's hot.
No. The pimps are not in the crib with Arthur C. Konami. Jake, how was your
It's
week
gonna
in
stay up
Yu-Gi-Oh?
there. Okay. I've been fucking around on Master Duel for a little bit. I'm really hoping that something comes out that like takes my fancy and I can play it. So I'm getting quite bored of Branded. Like it's still winning, it's fine, but it's just very boring.
He's waiting
and
for
now
that other half of
and,
Power of the
well,
Elements.
this is the thing that I'm coming across is like it was fine before because I had tier elements in the TCG and then on Master Duel playing Branded, but now I'm playing Branded everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just seeing Aluba and Albaz and Branded Fusion way too much, and
So you
it's
don't
just
like that
becoming very boring.
consistency? You don't like the consistency?
No, I
between
like
both
the
pairs?
differences between
Oh.
them. I prefer that. Like, if I were going up for a thing in testing, I would have to jump on one of the other things or test more in real life.
Yeah.
I'm not that concerned that Master Duel doesn't match. I actually prefer that they're different.
Actually, and that's a good... So here's a good point of you probably shouldn't play the deck because then your ratios will just have to be different. And so you'd be playing it... You'd have to be changing styles so crazily. And even though you got Maxi in one format and no Max in the other, and you might have like one or two trades. I mean, no bloody prosp in... Like, the limited prosp in this format's so rough.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh shit, this consistency isn't as good as it is in real life. So you've got to kind of make those changes too between. So yeah, maybe playing two different decks is just wait for tiered soon, surely.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Surely.
Just load up your Master Duel. We'll have tier elements on the day the next pack expires.
We'll get into that in a second. So, in real life, like I said, playing Branded Bestial kind of. Last week I kept losing to Ash and I was sick of that, so I started maining Ash and Cross out so that I would lose less. Still came across Ash on a couple of occasions. It was fine. But yeah, now that I'm maining the crossouts, it's just less of that. I wish the Branded Mirror was more like the T Mirror and there was more engagement, but it's pretty much whoever gets to Ash and or Branded Banishment is the winner.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Banishment is a fucking insane card when your entire opponent's board just gives you access to like 9/10 of your extra deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's not it's not as fun as I would like it to be. And I found the cash isn't too bad as long as you don't open terribly, which is the biggest issue you have in Branded, is that sometimes you just open garbage.
You kind of need like just 1 or 2 points of interaction and then some semblance of play.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, realistically, and this is like only by the evolution of the deck, it's not a 1-card combo, it's like a 2 to 3 card combo to actually get where you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you pretty much need to see some sort of bestial in your opening hand, whether it be Lebellion or one of the other ones, or you need to see a way to Brand of Fusion. That's like the minimum 2 cards you need.
Yeah.
Anything else is kind of a bonus, so like ideally you want the Cross Out for the Ash. You might want either Cartesia or one of the other searchable cards off of the Bird, Mercuria, so that you can search other stuff instead. But yeah, it's...
You main fucking Callby, yeah? We all main Callby and Master Jewel.
Oh, in Master Duel, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't bother with Cross Out. I've thought a couple times about Cross Out, but I just know that I'm not going to be one of those people that sees it.
Yeah.
My opponent is, almost constantly, but I never see it.
When I was playing Gym Night FTK, I saw Cross Out all the time.
When it was a 1?
So he's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the 1%.
Cross Out and Call By, I'd have it in every hand.
Oh my
And it was
Lord.
like, this is good.
Actually outrageous.
Okay, so amend that statement onto every time he said FTK is good, that this man was opening Cross Out and fucking Noble.
Yeah, 1
the
to
whole
2 negations
okay.
for
You just play through
interruption.
You guys have seen the amount of times that I've been hit with a maxi, and I'm just like, I'm just going to keep going. And then they have 20 cards in hand, and you've been impermed and ashed, and you're just like, still doesn't matter.
Oh, just on that point too, I was versing a Synchro player yesterday, and they went to like just go normal summon one of the dudes, and I was like, okay, well, and it was like clearly a Synchro card, and I was like, okay, we dropped the maxi now, we see how we go. He played, he kept going, summoned Crystal Wing, the turn that I drew Nibiru, like the Nibiru draw was the Crystal Wing, and I was like, okay, so I can't drop this right now, so I have to wait a little bit. And then he summoned some more, activated double summon. I'm like, bro's going in. And I'm like, okay, I just need to draw Imperm, and then it'll be fine. So I drew Imperm, I think the summon before he used... Yeah, the summon before he used double summon. I was like, okay, well, if he's got another summon up his sleeve, I don't want to Nibiru now, because he's just going to extend. So I'll wait to see what he summons, and then Nibiru from there. What he summoned off the double summon was the Wicked Eraser. If any of you are familiar with that.
What? Scoops?
So tribute 3 monsters. The turn this card is normal summoned, your opponent can't activate spells or traps for the next 2 turns after this activation.
Oh.
So then I had to go chain Nibiru, he changed Crystal Wing, I chained Imperm because that was the only window I had Imperm in.
Yep.
So that was the board. It was just Crystal Wing, the Nibiru token pass.
Yeah.
I just maxed this man on a synchro turn. I had so many cards in hand. It was obnoxious, and I was like, I can't use half of this shit. I'm playing Branded.
Yeah.
I ended up...
It's okay, just set Brandon in red, discard for hand size, pass.
Well, this is pretty much what I ended up doing. I had the Ash Dragon in hand, so I pitched one of the spells and traps from hand so I could summon it and put more damage on board. Summoned the Galuba, added I think it ended up being Branded Banishment. Punch, set 5, and then pass, and then discarded Snow as the... So, like, it's set up really good, but like, it's 2 turns, so my turn and his next turn, I couldn't use any spells and traps. So I was, like, all dependent on Snow being able to flip down a piece of interaction.
I'm sure he's playing just Gas Turbo, so the moment he normal summons, if you flip it, it's game over.
Well, that ended up being the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just found that funny. That was a funny interaction that I had.
Is Snow the best discard for hand size ever?
It kind of is, yeah.
That's really good.
Discard for hand size, Necro Gardener? What's the one that banishes to stop someone being destroyed by battle?
Is it Necro Gardener? Is that the one?
I only know, or Necro Gardener negates an attack. And,
Yeah, that's
it.
Or
and turtle,
Electromagnetic Turtle.
and turtle as well.
Discard Ulti Necro Gardener for hand size.
Yeah, but you prefer Fairy Blossom. Fairy Blossom. What the hell? Fairy Tail Snow.
Fairy Blossom.
No, but this is an ulti.
We're Ulti Snow.
Yeah, we're Ulti Snow.
Actually, it's too late. They could have done it in that brief period where we had Snow back, but no.
No.
Fairy Blossom. She does kind of look like a bit like Ash Blossom, doesn't she?
Yes.
I mean,
The tail.
the tail and the ears.
Yeah,
They're the same archetype.
yeah. Fairy Tail and Ghost Girls are the same.
Don't speak to me or my children ever again. So, still in Master Duel. Actually, no. No, we'll start on Master Duel. We'll
I'm not
start
sure
on
the implications of that statement.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
Same.
continue.
The two festivals that they had going at the moment, the Legend... Is it... I can't remember what it's
The
called.
theme one.
The Duelist of Legends of...
Legend Anthology.
The
That's...
Play Slifer'd one? Was that the previous one?
No,
presented by
it had
Ruby
Slifer as an option.
Yeah,
so
so
the
play
Legend
Slifer.
Anthology and the Xyz Festival
So
are now
Slifers.
over. Both were half as long, but it felt nice that you had like the option. Like, granted, I was playing the same deck in both, but you had the option of playing two different festivals with two different decks.
I appreciated the Legends Anthology. I wish it was more restrictive on what you could play,
Yeah,
but I got through it relatively easily, so I was like,
the archetypes that they led in there were weird. I think we went over this last week. Like, I versed
Yeah.
Sue Ships, which I was not expecting
yeah.
to see.
It should have been like, realistically, it should have been like DM era or GX era decks.
It should have
Maybe
been. I
some
feel
Super-
the issue with that is that they would have probably been more inclined to give you Dark Magician as one of the loader decks, and because
Yeah.
they just released the structure deck, that was clearly something they did not want to do.
You can do Jaden, you can do Kyber, and you can do a Joey deck.
That's effectively what they did.
Yeah, exactly. But they should have restricted the rest of the format down.
Yeah. Like, I did appreciate some of the restrictions, like the fact that, like, Imperm was at 1, there was no Ash. Like, I think Effect Veiler was, like, one of the few hand traps that were available.
Yeah, because it's searchable in Blue Eyes.
Yeah, true. So those are now all finished, and they have just started the Duel Trial. Has anyone here tried the Duel Trial?
I didn't want to be under trial, so no.
I'll give it a try tomorrow.
It is the most egregious and unrewarding thing they have ever done. So, if you're not familiar, if you haven't been on...
Konami, finding new ways to Konami.
Yeah, so, what it is you have 3 loner decks, which you have to choose. You cannot build your own.
Woo!
They're Highlander, one of Synchro, one of Hero, and one of Utopia Xyz.
So the heroes get the links?
No,
Ah, good. Okay.
no, it's like Jaden level heroes.
I'm okay with this.
It's Highlander, so you get like one of everything,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
it's not good everything. It's
I
very, very bad
I
everything.
genuinely think this is a really good idea.
It was
Can you
the
verse,
worst
Can you verse
thing.
your friends?
I
Would you
mean,
do it?
outside of it, you can if you build the deck, but like, there's no room that you can take it to.
Bragg, we need to build anime Highlander decks.
Yeah, right.
So,
In Master Duel or IRL?
IRL.
Right.
so the actual problem I had with this is that not only were the decks terribly made and on purposely made so,
Yep.
you win 3 duels, you get 1 pack. And that is the end of the festival, or the trial. That is it. Win 3 duels, get 1 pack of Sprite of Miracles. No guaranteed ultras, because I pulled garbage. And that is it.
Well, it's alright though.
Yeah, that makes me feel less
No, it's not.
friendly
it's not
towards
right.
this.
Yeah, you would want 100 per game.
And, like, if you were winning these things in quick succession, that would be fine. But you simply aren't. It's actually, like, I picked Synchro, which maybe was my problem. It's the Jaden level ones, where they all need a specific tuner.
You say
to actually...
ones?
I don't know what their fucking names are.
It's the
Well, I know
you
what we're
say
doing
ones.
tomorrow night. 9 o'clock. Australia Eastern Standard Time.
It's
We
so
play.
it's
We
so
play.
bad.
You're gonna
It's-
live through it again.
It is that's fine because I don't have to do any of the things.
Yeah.
Like the fact if they were all generic synchros that just didn't have very good effects, I'd be fine with that. But not only were they specific tuners, they all sucked.
Yeah.
They all suck so bad.
That's how it used to be. Back in the day, back in the schoolyard.
Remember the days in the
When
old
we were
school
hanging
yard?
out. Yeah. With
Like-
our friends.
I feel that the Xyz and the fusions would be a lot easier, but I just had no interest in those.
Imagine back in the day, you're all playing these like this format of card in the schoolyard, and someone summons like fucking Jet Warrior, and someone goes, "You know, Jet Synchron's gonna be banned one day."
Yeah. This
Imagine.
card has a million implications you could never truly understand, you dumb child. And here you are, just whacking it around, fucking bending it.
I mean, that could be said for almost any card, right?
Yeah,
My end of Anubis is in terrible condition.
you should see my old metamorphoses.
It's embarrassing.
Besides that, though, we do have a new solo mode that came out, the Rika Fairies.
Ugh.
It wasn't bad.
Someone tell Marvin.
I'm sure he's aware.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
aware.
The other thing is, too, if he's not playing Master Duel, there's a chance that he has to play through, like, 7 other solo modes to get access.
Don't tell Marvin.
So, they just dropped off the map, didn't they, Rikas?
Yeah, because it's like really easy to counter.
So, yeah, it was very much a
When-
new deck.
Yeah. It's one of those decks that's really, really good if you don't know what you're doing against it. Like, just stop them from tributing your shit and you're Gucci.
It's kind of like how Predaplant Branded had, like, that one YCS.
And then it turned out all those players were cheating.
Oh, were they all doing the Chimera thing?
I'm assuming so. Because once it did come out the pack was doing that, they all seemingly lost.
Funny that. Actually, speaking of Master Duel and Pack, we do have on March 10th the 1 year anniversary Master Duel Invitational, which is being streamed. Well, I hope it's being streamed, all things considered.
I'm really disappointed that I wasn't invited.
Yeah, so on the topic of people that have been invited, at this stage there seems to be 10, which is an odd number to have in that kind of tournament. Unless it's like a single elim kind of thing, or
That'd be double
round
elim,
robin.
I think it'd be double elim and through to top 4.
Yeah, that's probably a fair guess. So, of the 10 Yugi tubers that have been invited, let's just run them through. So we've got Trizula TV, Tom Box, DZeef, some woman I've never heard of before called Shiggies. She's cosplaying as Iris Swordsoul.
Cool.
Don't know anything else about her. Team APS.
That's Paul from Team APS.
I don't actually know their names.
That's Paul from Team
For the
APS.
for the longest time, there was another dude. I can't remember what the name of the channel was, but I assumed they were the same person because they sounded exactly the same. And one of them never showed their face on his things. It was just like
Okay,
all
no,
pre-recorded.
that's much less implicating of you.
Yeah, I'm not. No, bad. Anyway, the next person. What is his name?
Chad. Doya.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Then Pack TCG.
Jake really doesn't like that.
I fucking hate him.
There's a few enemies in that list.
Paulo, PRRJ, Goncalves. Don't know who he is either.
He's
And then,
actually a really nice guy.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he is.
And then the last two, Fusili and Saikuno.
Jake, so earlier today, Jake went to tell me this,
Yeah.
expecting me to know who these people were.
No. I prefaced it by saying that you probably have no idea
So,
who any of these people are.
He stops me in my place and he's like, guess who got invited to the Master Duel thing? Opened his phone, looked at them and went, Ben's not going to know who the fuck these people are.
Do you know who either of these people are?
Yeah.
Why?
They play a fair bit.
Yeah, but why?
I mean, heaps of their content ends up on fucking Instagram and shit, all like as well.
Yeah, they're probably good.
They do
for
content.
SEO.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason that they're going is just to
But
hype
they're
it up.
Master Duel players. They're in on they're in on it.
I hadn't heard of either of the two people that made the finals for the Euro tournament. No, wait, one of them I had heard of. It was the person playing Spiral in the Euros.
That was the girl, wasn't it? Wasn't
Yeah.
the girl playing Spiral?
Yeah, but I'd never heard of her before, and I was like, I'm really proud of you. Playing Spiral?
It is probably a
I like
Euro
Spiral.
thing, though, right?
Yeah, probably. Like Leonardo's, like, oh, these people are huge Italian YouTubers, but like no one's ever heard of them in English, but they're actually massive.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is too, like, if you go to Europe and you go like, oh, have you watched NolanTCG? They probably have no idea who the fuck you are, either.
I don't know. People in Portugal seemingly know who I am.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you.
viewership's like 8% Portuguese.
Come to Portugal.
That's sick.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see how this all plays out. If they put them under any sort of like hush hush ban list like I suspected they did last time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, well,
I think they had the choice of like 3 decks, and they had to submit the 3 decks that they wanted, and then Konami went, we need to have one of each deck. So you've got this deck, you've got this deck, you've got this deck, you've got this deck.
Because there was an odd spread, and some people were playing decks like, here's another YouTuber I'm not a big fan of, purely because I just can't listen to him. I can't remember. He was playing the Dogmatica Ritual.
The guy that talks like this.
Yeah. I can't.
That was a terrible impersonation.
It was. It wasn't great. And what's
going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I can't do that. But yeah, it was a weird spread. And then there was a dude playing Umi Control, like just really.
I don't know what issue would have
find that
Lithium.
so
I like Lithium.
Oh, look, he's fine. I cannot listen to him.
Lithium's great for just like when a deck gets announced and you want to know what it can do when it's playing through no hand traps at all.
What can I do?
Optimized. Lithium's really, really good because those videos come out like 2 hours after those deck cards are announced, and he's already found a way to be like, now let's look at this, guys. We're gonna do this full combo.
What country is he from?
What's that?
That was.
It started as Lithium, and then I think it turned into like Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was a lovely round the country trip, or round the world trip, I should say.
Yes.
But moving on to the TCG, we have more news on the what's it called again? I want to say Maze of Mystery, but I know that's not
Maze of Memories.
Memories. That's
It's shit.
It's really not great.
Do you have a Baron already? Yes.
Oh.
Don't need to buy the fucking set.
Yeah, I do now. I've only just got my Baron. I'm like, look, I'm going to do this for you, but I shouldn't.
The Gate Guardian stuff looks cool.
Yeah.
However, it's not cool.
It's just about finding decks that pair well to play them out. Like, so what deck would have a 500 match against it? Like, just finding that deck and then just having them versus each other.
So, after watching some replays of it on YouTube, it's not terrible. I just think, it probably would have lived and died in the tier format where you can just bin all this shit for free.
Yeah.
But it's just not viable.
Also, it's as good as it was going to be, as good as it should be. I think we should all just go, you know what, I don't think I'm keen for a busted Gate Guardian archetype. I'm not in that headspace. Just make them alright, and we move.
Yeah, that's really all you need to do. They just need to be okay.
I don't know how you sell sets with those cards, but...
Well, yeah, other than the reprints...
Barons... Some of those collectors are nice.
Yeah, some of the collectors are nice. I had a picture of those. Where did that go? Here we go. So this is only some of them. So we've got the new Blackluster Ritual, which I don't know what it does, nor care. The new Link... Is it the Link 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Link 5 Firewall that's coming out. That's kind of like... It's a Dark Fluid, but it's not the same as the Dark Fluid we had before. Duel Academy, for some reason, got
yeah.
I feel like that's just
It's an anime set, Jake.
Yeah. Teardrop, Rika Queen got Collector's Rare. Avramax got one. I'm actually kind of keen for that.
Yeah, that's a good Collector's Rare.
Some Stardust thing that I don't know what its name is. Barone, obviously. The OG Gate Guardian got a Collector's Rare. That's kind of cool. And Guardian Chimera.
I also like that.
Yeah.
I'd need to see it in person when I decide whether I like it or not.
These Collector's Rares aren't that bad, except for the Link. The Blue Eyes, not Link. You go like this. Here, Black Luster Soldier.
Okay, why are you saying Blue Eyes though?
Because it's coloured blue.
You just got hyper fixated on the word Blue Eyes.
It's
like
bleu. It starts with a bleu.
It starts with a black.
Bleu. BL. Bleu.
What colour is Stardust size?
No, that's bleu.
Well, it is
what you're thinking is bleu. It's not bleu.
No, it's bleu.
Bleu.
Anyway.
Bleu or bleu?
Let's get a look at those little eyes there, Stardust.
Chocolate bleu.
Yeah, I'll buy packs of this for funsies, but I won't be diving into this set.
That's a terrible investment.
Oh yeah.
It's not an investment.
Yeah, I said funsies. Investing's not funsies.
You can invest in plenty of other things.
Investing is fun.
Crypto.
Oh,
Other than that, though, we did have an announcement from the OCG of an upcoming structure deck.
What could it possibly be? Oh yeah, I remember now.
why did they just not do the Fire Lion and the Ocean structure decks again? They just stopped on the reloaded decks.
They probably just didn't want to think of like how those decks would actually work as a structure. Like before, it was just like these are fire and these are water. Whereas if they made them in a structure deck now, they'd have to actually go, how do these work as a cohesive archetype?
Bragg's pondering right now as to whether or not this structure deck's the structure deck I'm talking about. So fire away, Jake. Give us the news.
Red Dragon Archfiend.
Okay, yeah, no, this isn't.
No, so this is because they swap between. They do one new structure, one character structure.
Yeah, but they skipped them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they seemingly got to them and then stopped.
but they didn't do anything more, right? But I'm just saying,
No.
are we just in a later part of the cycle?
So, but this was like pre-COVID, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they were going through the list of OG structure decks, doing the like reloadeds,
Yeah.
and then they just stopped. I like Fire Lion. It's probably one of the last structure decks I ever actually brought.
I saw the Dark Magician Reloaded one not too long ago.
No, no,
The not Dark Magician, the Endominion one. That's a reloaded, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, Endymion's a reload. The
Yeah.
Agent one, not that we got it in a structure deck, was a reload.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dark World was one as well.
because
No, I
I mean,
think
so
the
they must have
reload
just done
for
an
the-
extra.
Wasn't the reload for the Agent one the fairy deck that we got? The counter fairy deck?
No,
Okay.
because that wasn't Endymion. Hyperion. Hyperion was in the structure deck.
Okay. They skipped Fire Lion and the Daedalus deck.
Yeah.
Daedalus.
And again, I think it's just purely because they couldn't be bothered working out how they would actually work.
I like the Fire Lion deck.
Okay.
It's fucking dog shit, but it's Fire Lion.
Alright.
I want a new Fire Lion. When are they doing the Fire Lion retrain?
Oh my god, this is Friday night when I was just whinging about the pudding.
Where's my pudding?
But anyway,
Send me pudding.
I'm looking forward to the Archfiend structure deck. I always kind of liked that archetype, but it was just always a couple steps behind whatever meta it was ever viable in. So I'll be keen to see whether they actually make this
Broken?
not broken. I just want it to be. I just want it to be good.
We've gotten enough synchro support now that I think they kind of can't print anything that's overly busted. Because there's a lot of just kind of semi-generic, semi-non-generic good synchro cards that, like...
I think they've not put enough attention into synchros for a long time. Like, they've banned all the synchro enablers, but they haven't banned any synchros.
We're getting all of those, like... other synchro cards
The
coming
Chaos
soon.
King, the Bestial and Dogmatica one. Yeah, we've still got Baron, which is fucking stupid.
But aren't we also getting a synchro engine on the way as well? I swear we're getting a synchro engine in the next set.
Oh, the, yes.
Yeah.
What are they called again?
Look, that's too much thought
the
already.
Visa Starfrost line. It's the next one of those.
Okay.
Dark
But
Worlds.
let's go with the fact that I agree with Jake.
Dark Worlds were in that structure deck.
Yeah, the Dark Woods were in the line.
Yeah, so that was only 3 months ago. So we get character deck, normal structure. So we're
Yeah, but Dark Worlds came well after.
no way.
Fire deck and
Fire
Water deck
King?
were GOAT format.
What? Oh,
Fire Lion and the Water deck.
oh no,
came at the same
no,
time.
because they started before because they didn't do a Red Eyes one either.
Yes.
They started on the Monarchs, so they just never did the original structures. They started on Monarchs
Oh,
and went forward.
I thought they started before. Anyway.
Oh, it's just occurred to me. Usually we start with not start, but like we usually talk about any big tournaments that have happened. The New Zealand Open happened yesterday.
What won that event?
Labyrinth?
No, Mathmech.
Mathmech. That's
It came down to evenlies in the end.
It was really curious to see it's always interesting to see New Zealand event. It's really curious to see New Zealand events put on a grand scale because New Zealand events are often fucked. And literally, this event is an encapsulation of the Your Move TCG deck lists that you see on Facebook. Where it's like,
Well, when
this
someone-
deck won a locals. You just saw their best player in New Zealand actively playing just fucking Scareclaw, pure Scareclaw, on stream. Like, that is where they are at. That country is small enough, and everyone there is genuinely nice enough that they'll go, oh, that's the best deck. Let's not play that, eh? I apologise for anyone that I've just offended. The Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast is not intended to offend anyone except for Mystic Mind players.
And we haven't had to offend them because they all died.
They didn't die. They're just in prison.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a clusterfuck, to be honest. When someone told me that it was Mathmech versus Labyrinth in the final, I'm like,
Yeah.
why is this being streamed?
Everyone openly acknowledges just to not play the best deck in New Zealand. It's a common belief.
Do you reckon it's just like a mega supply issue?
No. Even the commentators on stream were like, yeah, in New Zealand, we just don't play the best deck over here. We just agree not to play it.
And I'm all for, like, that stream coverage and quality was up to par. It was really good.
I really like
and I really like its place. I just wish that...
Also, I watched the podcast.
I wish those opportunities were afforded to other locals with a backing of, like, a guaranteed viewership being on that channel. Like, I think they should do outreach to Queensland locals, then keep going, and then just follow around the globe of just, hey, give someone an open, like, once a month, and then you rotate it, so we have something to watch on every weekend.
They streamed New Zealand Open last year as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm all for more of this, but in different markets, not cooked markets.
Ultimately, it's super fucking perplexing as to how they can stream New Zealand Open, but they can't stream YCS Sydney. And, like, I get that you can, if you're Konami, you can turn around and be like, it's New Zealand Open, it's just something we put out there. But, like, those guys genuinely care. And the team over there, like, genuinely cares about their scene in New Zealand, and they want to see it do well. And then you move across the ocean to us, and then they're just like, it's too big to fail. Just fucking let it go. And it's like, bruh.
I feel like...
Let's not turn into Magic.
Yeah. And there's also just... It's not that hard. It's just not that hard. Like, there's plenty of other people that would be willing to do it, and at a reasonable price. And I'm sure there'll be people who do it for free, but they shouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just weird that they just aren't doing more outreach of that. Like, they'll gladly bring the influencers in. I hate that word. Content creators in. I still hate that word. They'll bring them in.
Pay me $5,000 and give me a stable connection. I can stream YCS.
Yeah, and it was a pretty simple setup over there, and simple and effective.
Yeah.
It's
like a 5-man team.
Yeah, like...
That's like including the commentary team.
Like...
It doesn't need to be super complicated.
No,
Like, they know what they're doing. They come in, they set it up, and they're Gucci.
And, like, we're going to be tuning in on March 10th to watch the fucking Master Duel one, and the production value there, where they have, like, an entire set built, especially.
So, last time, their set, really good. Quality of the stream, fucking terrible.
It was
so
very
bad
last time.
So bad. I tuned in multiple times and was like, this is laggy as fuck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I am going to stop watching this now.
Yeah. Yeah, like, obviously, a stability thing, but also, how do they fuck that up? This is the client. Alright,
yeah, it perplexes me how that happened. But hopefully, if more people are loud about this subject, next year we'll get a stream.
Everyone's loud about this subject.
That
they
is
literally just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I genuinely would like to see the YCS in New Zealand because I think they would actually care.
Yes.
I think Konami would put in effort, and then you got those New Zealand guys that'll definitely jump on board and cover the stream.
I'd do it, and it'll be
YCS, whichever place we went to last time, bring it on.
for Nats, not Nats,
YCS.
Oceanics.
No, YCS.
No, as in, but where you went.
I would rather go to YCS Auckland than go to YCS Melbourne. Every day of the week.
Wow.
I fucking hate Melbourne.
Why? Melbourne's great.
Cherries in the cherries just up from the cop shop.
Yeah, that means they can call the police.
Yeah, you get out on bail, you just head right up. Yes.
I walk in the cherry and they're like, "Oh, this is why we moved close to the police station. That guy that bands here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ban. Did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I did nothing wrong.
No.
Except take down their Twitch stream, which they deserved.
Gotta talk to the Kiwis for it. Maybe Australians just can't stream. That might be it. Our cooked internet.
That could be it.
You can
That could be it.
There's a booty on the television.
Ah.
Yeah, that
Right,
ad's
see?
been playing on repeat. It's really weird.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. We do have some questions. If you weren't aware, we do have a Discord. Link will be in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us questions.
Battles of Legend got announced for June. I mentioned it earlier, but we didn't cover it in the news.
We covered it last week.
Oh well, we're covering it again this week.
Last week's the only episode I haven't listened to. Well,
Bum 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 bum.
I wonder what's in there. Yeah, give us questions.
First question comes to us from Loza. How close is DM to being meta? Serious question, by the way.
DM needs a negate.
They have a negate. It just locks them. They need a easier way to get to Dragoon.
They need better trap cards.
Yeah, Magician's Navigation is kind of shit.
Yeah, they need...
Or an effect monster or a link monster that replicates the Dragoon function. Like a broken link monster. Like, so they can have 2 Dragoon.
Actually, circling back to the trap, they actually have a very good trap. It's just situational. The continuous one, it's like tribute a Dark Magician or Dark Magician girl to negate an effect.
Yeah.
Does it destroy the card?
I cannot remember.
Give DM a hand trap.
They have one. It's just honest.
No,
Not actually honest. It's
give
a
them
prince.
one that's like discard, negate an effect, then special DM from deck or something.
No, they have that. Magic Karibo does that. If you take damage at any point...
Doesn't negate an effect though. Give
Well,
them like an
I'm
Ash
sorry.
Blossom that also specials from deck. Give them an Ash Blossom that can be Ash Blossom.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, negate an effect and...
yeah. So like it's an Ash Blossom that then summons DM from deck.
Yeah, and so you have to play them. Yeah.
You can
Cool.
like...
Make it based off the curtain.
Yeah, lore-wise, you can go off curtain, or
Or hats.
yeah,
Just give them a good magical hats.
give them a searchable magical hats.
Actually, yeah, they did searchable Mirror Force, searchable Magic Cylinder. Where's searchable magical hats?
Here we are. Just give them a fucking floodgate that just if you control Dark Magician, your opponent can't activate cards or effects.
How that would be the link.
Cards
stuff.
or effects.
Yep.
That's so obnoxious.
Yes.
The full wrong guy.
They have to kaiju you. Just make
Not
it
the full
make it
wrong
not searchable, but if you control Dark Magician,
Yeah, so make
Find
it,
a way to make
it
that
to
work.
Mias Fusion then.
yeah, make it like Timaeus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If you control very specifically a level 7 spellcaster that is a dark with 2500 attack, 2100 defense, your opponent can't activate cards or effects.
So, to answer your question, Loza, apparently it needs a lot.
No, I mean only one of those.
It
Sure.
needs a couple of just like
Because it can do everything else.
Immediately. You're just like, it just needs one of those. And Ben's like, it needs a
It's a
couple.
You reckon?
prosperity for that card I've just come up with. Sit it.
Oh yeah, and,
Bonus.
and an extra consistency card maybe. Sure.
Yeah. Give them pot
We've
of
already got a
greed.
billion.
Give them literally.
Give us all
pot
pot
of
of
greed.
greed.
No, just if you control Dark Magician, draw 2 cards. Or give them an engage that's like, if Dark Magician is in your graveyard, add 1 card that lists Dark Magician from deck to hand, then draw 1 card. Or just generically add 1 Dark Magician listed card from deck to hand. Then if you have a Dark Magician in your hand on your field or graveyard, draw 1 card. Just give them all the Sky Striker cards, but change 3 spells to Dark Magician on field or in graveyard. Do it. Do it.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's a great idea.
I mean, it would have been great if you'd submitted those for his creator card.
Nah, I submitted an Xyz and I don't know if he talked about it.
Well, there's 8 episodes where he might have mentioned it. Perhaps you should watch them.
I was hoping he would tell me. That, and I don't know if it was a fever dream of me submitting it. I'm fairly sure I came up with this card when I was going to sleep.
Oh, shit. So, next question, I think that's one question, is from... Oh, no, he's got a few. Next question's from Crobat5.
V.
Would this card be any good if Konami printed it? This
Uh-oh.
card is Elemental Hero, the Great Protector, level 10 fusion, attack and defense, both 4K. Must be fusion summoned, needs Neos plus an Elemental Hero fusion monster. When your opponent activates a card effect that targets another elemental hero you control, quick effect, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then apply the following effects based on what was, it says used, but I'm going to say sent. Spell and trap, negate the effect, then you can set one spell or trap from your hand or graveyard to your field that specifically mentions hero in its text. And then if it's a monster, destroy that monster, even though it didn't specifically say monster effect in the thing, but that's okay. Destroy that monster. I lost it. There it is. Destroy that monster, and if you do, your opponent takes damage equal to its original attack.
Commander would definitely print that card because it would have to overtake Endymion for the amount of fucking text.
Not that much text.
That summoning conditions. Nah, it's fine.
It's
No,
a
no,
little easy.
yeah, it's easy now.
Wait, it's hilariously easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just... that's fine. And
yeah.
it's okay.
I was thinking of
You
old
just
Neos before.
Search
but-
Miracle Fusion, then Link 2, then activate Miracle Fusion.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Miracle
But yeah, to answer your question,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
probably on par with something they would print because it's not that good.
No, that's alright.
Yeah.
It's summonable, and it can possibly negate.
Give it to DM.
If you mill DM, negate. If you mill the DM spell card,
Yeah,
destroy.
but still keep it as elemental hero fusion materials.
They need Jackpot 7 support. Where's Jackpot 7 support? It's a negate that then you
Oh, please never.
you reveal the top 7 cards of your deck, and if the other copy of that card is in your top 7 cards, it negates the effect. And then you shuffle your deck again.
They should make
Fuck, that would be so
excavate the
fun.
top 7,
Yeah.
reveal, reveal 1, banish face down, excavate another 7. So try and hit the 7s in 3 lots, and you
But they need
banish.
to be banished by your opponent's card effect.
Oh, then just write it the other way,
Just change it.
Reveal the top 7 cards of your deck. Your opponent chooses 6 of them and banishes them all face down. The other 1 card goes back into your deck.
Also, it needs to be banished face up.
Yeah. But
I didn't say face down.
I'm saying you should banish the
You
rest face down.
absolutely said face down.
Look
He
it back
says-
on the tape.
Next question, again from Crobat5. When you buy new products, booster boxes, singles, cases, etc., because the set looks amazing, is it better to keep the cards that might be relevant to play for the future or current format, or is it better to sell them, to add them to the bulk when you sell your bulk, then possibly pick up what you need when they become relevant?
Never sell. Hodl. Hodl everything.
I don't know how. I don't know how I would deal with a full case. To be honest, I don't think I've never gone solo in a full case by myself, and not ended up. Usually it's been a third or a half.
Yep.
So I've always been able to just I just leave the commons in a box. I put that box on the shelf, and if I see that a card's missing, I go, oh, this good commons from this set. Go to the box, go through and get the common. Then the boxes by themselves are pretty handy. They fall apart. It's pretty messy,
Yeah.
but they're handy.
There's most of a case sitting over there
Yeah,
right now.
Power of the Element just sitting there.
Yep.
Actually, I've got most,
So much
I
else.
think every non-shiny card from Rise of the Duelist is still sitting up in the case in my cupboard.
I had a good run last year of I've got this sorted, how I'm going to sort all my stuff, and then just over the summer I just hated my idea and don't know what I'm going to do.
I want to go through and sort all my stuff out again.
It's just so much.
It was nice in the early days when I just had the 2 big bulk boxes and they were all alphabetized. It was very nice, but it's just not like
Shit's got out of hand.
that. Yeah.
I've got 4 alphabetized boxes and then 2 completely unalphabetized boxes.
Cool.
And then my desk is also covered in cards.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I also fairly sure I have a Woolies bag filled with bulk.
Willie's back.
Yeah, I do that with
Yeah.
Pokemon where if enough bulk builds up, I'm just like, one of my workmates' kids will love this. Woolie's bag of cards, your problem now, mate. Run away!
That's the great thing. It's already in the Woolies bag. You just chuck it straight in the bin.
In the Woolies bag of bulk, I'm fairly sure all the ultras from that set are just chilling. I'm fairly sure that there's secret Snails in there as well.
Oh, God. Well, they're about as good as Ultras.
They're about as good as comets.
Sorry, Andrew.
But to answer your question, it's good to hang on to your bulk if you can, Because you do get to a point where like 2-3 years down the track, a random common will come up, or
And
you're
you
just
don't wanna-
missing cards.
You don't want to wait on that mail. Like,
Yeah.
spending $1 for four of the card and waiting like, you just want to go and just go easy, or hit up a group chat and get it. Like,
I remember I decided I was going to buy a case of every main set, and I gave up on that like immediately.
Oh, it would cost way too much.
So it's $6,000 a year.
Yeah, way too much.
How much do you think we spend on Yu-Gi-Oh a year?
I don't want to. Around tax time last year, I was going to ask myself that question. Decided not to. I decided I didn't want to know.
Like, attending every Tuesday locals cost you $520 a year.
Yeah, that's okay. That's locals though.
Yeah, that's cheaper than a gym membership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost the opposite of a gym membership.
Nah.
It's good when you win. It's good when you win tournaments, because you at least can go, oh, I've got some stuff back for that.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's been a while since I've felt comfortable taking a fun deck to locals, because my competitive drive.
Need to win, need to win, need to win,
Yeah.
need to win, need to win, need to win.
It sucks sitting there for 4 hours and you walk away with fucking nothing.
You guys have both pulled an ulti in the last 2 months and moved
No.
it, yeah? Yes.
In the
Yes,
last
in
2
the
months,
last 2 months.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think we've had OTS packs for the last 2 months.
Last 2 months of me playing.
So I'm fairly sure I had.
So the last 3.5
in
years.
August 20.
This is the thing. If OTS were there and there was like a random luck sack chance of hitting an ulti, I probably would play a more fun deck every now and again. But it's just not a thing.
Yeah, the OTS system in Australia is fucked nowadays. We don't even actually currently have an OTS system. Next question, Jake. We got on a tangent.
We have, but that's okay. Next question is from 6x6. Where can you sell bulk? My locals doesn't buy it.
Nikijo Collectibles buys bulk.
They do.
They pay a decent price.
They do, and it's a fairly easy system. Like, you need to tell them what you're planning to submit. They do a check when you actually submit it all, and then send you the money. And they pay for the actual shipping as well, which is good. So yeah, fairly simple, pain-free way to get rid of it if you've got an excessive amount.
Yes.
I found it was a good opportunity when I did it to actually go through, check what I had. I got rid of an insane amount of DDD cards that I simply didn't need. Because there were those early days of DDDs where they're all common, and then they got reprinted later, and they just didn't do anything. And I had not only the stuff that I'd bought that had the DDDs in it, but also the commons of the DDDs in the collection that I'd bought from another friend. So there was simply too many.
That is a lot
It
of
was
DDDs. DDDs nuts.
Got him.
so simple. Yeah, I would suggest that. I don't know if Chaotic still buys them. There was a time where they did, but I don't think they do.
Nathan pays a better price. Just go to Nikijo.
Yeah, there is that too.
Yeah.
But not many questions this week, unfortunately.
Where's the questions?
Yeah, give us some questions, please, people.
If you don't know, our Discord is in the description down below. Head down there and submit your questions. Also join, have a chat.
Is there
There's
any
good people
comments?
there. Is there any comments? Brag us.
I think the only comment
I don't
I saw
think so.
from last week's podcast is that someone appreciated your Sum 41 shirt.
Oh, thank you. I like the shirt. Got it at the concert.
But yeah, I guess that will conclude us for this evening. Thank you all very much for watching. Again, favourite us if you're listening to us. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. Join our Discord. Ask us some questions for next week. And we will see you then. Peace.
Bye.